My God, that's like crooked. Look crooked. Oh, wait, that.
Oh my gosh, this battery's gonna die too. Oh.
Aloha my battery. Did wear the glasses?
No, but you gotta make me mine.
See, why is it crooked? Oh, maybe it is crooked. I'll just keep my head like this.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Aloha Mai Kākou.
We are gonna be doing our 1-year anniversary of when we moved back to Oahu. This is kind of like a continuation of the video we did of the pros and cons of Hawai'i Island and Oahu. So we're kind of touching base on
the bases. Okay.
Like, we're just touching base, like, do we regret moving back here? Do we enjoy it? Did we make the right decision? Are there bad things we ended up finding out along the way here? Etc, etc, etc. Things we miss of Hawai'i Island.
Like a hype man.
Oh my God. Okay, so what would you say? Would you say that you regret moving back here? Do you think we made the right decision?
I think we made the right decision because, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's trying to bring her mac and cheese and strawberries outside. Just help her open the door so she can eat. Why is it cricket? Oh. Do that. So what are you saying? Do we regret moving back or not?
I don't regret moving back.
Same here. I don't regret moving back. I think we made the right decision moving back to Oahu.
And then, yeah, especially job-wise for me, well, because for construction, this is like the island that has the most work. And I got in a good company that's, hopefully I worked there a long time.
Yeah, Dad's been pretty consistent here. He has way more work.
Yeah, I worked mostly, 1 year I was here, I worked most of the time. Yeah. I only collected for like, only a couple months out of like a year.
Oh yeah, he did get laid off, but it was for like a month at the most. But so far, for a whole entire year, he's been pretty much working. Okay, and for me, job-wise, I've gotten 2 jobs since applying here when we first moved. So that's pretty cool. I worked full-time at both of those jobs. It was the first time applying for both of them, and I got both of them. It was kind of like one after another. I worked. Good on you, mate. I applied for a job and I got it. It was at the orthodontics. If you watch my vlogs, you'll see when I started there and also when I left there. And I left there because I ended up getting a better job opportunity to work for the state, which is something I never said until recently because I just left the state. But I worked at the orthodontics for like a good almost like 6 months, but then I left and I worked almost a year.
It seems like you're saying you left out of state.
I left wait, and I worked for the state for it would have been a year this October, so it's currently in the month of August, but I left because there was kind of like conflict issues with our keiki. Normally
I told her I could have took off.
Normally Darren's mom, yeah?
It's actually down.
Oh gosh.
Wasn't down.
So normally Darren's mom would drop off the kids at school and she would pick them up after school. It would help us out a lot because we both worked full-time and I would start really early and I would end really late, but her job is not allowing her to do that anymore this year. So I decided to start my macaron business here on the island of Oahu now, full-time, like I was in Hilo. So I'm able to be a stay-at-home mommy again, but work from home, and I like it.
And I like to be a working construction dad, and it's so
Okay, so Paula, you noticed my new hairdo? I just cut my hair. Check it out.
What do you think of this cane? The cane bangs.
Check it out. I filmed myself cutting my bangs, and I'm putting it on my personal channel. If you don't already follow me.
Tita, hey guys, mommy's trying to talk.
If you don't follow me already on that channel, I think it's Sweet Cherry. No, it's just search up Nohea
Sweet Cherry Bomb Bomb _ bomb. Bon.
That is what my name was for this that channel. Oh my gosh, but I have it linked down below in every single video. So
doesn't she look so beautiful?
I know.
Yeah, she is beautiful. And yes guys, she's beautiful. Don't have to DM her. Secret DM.
God.
Seen it again.
Okay, anyway, we're going off subject.
I know.
Okay, is there anything that we disliked about moving back? Like, was there any cons to moving back?
The only thing is hot over here.
Oh, yes.
And for me, I'm not one normal person. I sweat more than a regular person does. So I'm dying over here. But the good thing is, I'm losing a lot of weight.
Oh my gosh, why did you look like a turtle when you did that?
Why do I look like too skinny? Like,
you're like
Skinny
you have a turtle face.
Yeah, turtle face.
the only good thing about it's hot is losing weight. But besides that,
oh my gosh, no, yeah, definitely it's freaking hotter over here. Like,
yeah, because it's hot over here. My butt is so cool.
what the
it's so
heck?
hot. I'm sweating like a chicken.
What the heck?
It's so hot, sweating like a chicken.
Oh my gosh, we use that phrase now, like, I'm sweating like a chicken.
Because our weird daughter.
Because of Paulele, like, she just started saying, like, I'm sweating like a chicken. So we start saying that now. So yeah, I would say it's so much hotter over here, like, versus living on the Big Island, especially where we lived, Mountain View. It was cold.
Oh my gosh.
It was so cold constantly, like, I would have to
love the
wear
cold air.
like a onesie and stuff, and the tiles would like be freezing cold. My skin would be so dry. That's how cold it was.
When it's like hot, Nohea is cold.
Yeah,
I'll be like sweating, and she's like, I'm cold. I'm like, what the heck?
it takes a lot for me to get
It takes nothing for me to sweat.
but I definitely do realize it's super hot here, like very, very hot.
Super Bella Nui.
So I feel like I'm
Yeah,
sweating
ʻAʻole.
like the whole day here.
Yeah, it's like you're always sticky. Yeah.
Okay.
What is this? Tropical jungle?
Okay.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh, Sharon.
It's gonna sting. Okay, you're gonna cut all this out. I know.
Oh my gosh.
I
Okay.
hope so. I hate that dog over there. He always does this.
So we said job wise, we did.
Oh, sorry.
Go.
And also in like our, well, how we are like in social media and YouTube, like cause how you met like a lot of
Oh,
friends
yeah.
that live on Oahu, that now we live on Oahu. So
Definitely.
I think this is like the main center point of like, for like that, you know, like social media and all that stuff. Like how
Yeah.
Oahu is like the main.
I agree. I met so much Hawaii YouTubers, so much like social media influence.
And I met a lot of
influencers.
Instagram, like those comedy people.
Yeah, I felt like we built our, like we, what is that word?
Oh,
We built ourselves.
like how people like kind of not we're not like famous, but people be like, oh, I seen your video. Oh,
Yeah.
I seen your video, man. Hey, bro, see your
I
video.
feel like we built up our social media a lot more here.
There's not too many cons.
They come in here. No.
Yeah.
The one good thing is we go to the gym now at 24.
Yeah, there's.
That's kind of our motivation.
We're able to go to the beach a lot more
Oh my
here.
gosh.
The weather is just way better for the beach. So I'm like, all those pros that we said in the beginning of first moving back here, it's still sticking very true to what we said. Is there anything that we miss about the Big Island?
Oh, Mr. Mauna.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
I think
and all
we're
this.
pretty bummed that we're not living there while this whole
I know, we were there the whole time.
KeahiOhana movement is going on,
Yeah.
because Darren would drive past the Mona every single day for work, when he was working, of course.
Huh.
And we have like footage of us going up there in the snow and playing around, and I just always love, every time we would go to Costco, we have to drive 2 hours away when we used to live there, so we would always have to drive past the Mona all the time. But we're pretty tight on money because it is more expensive living here,
Oh, and
we're trying to save up for Disney. We want it to go up to the Mona. Until we are like maybe can squeeze out a little bit of money, we're gonna visit, but
Yeah, a lot of people are going up in Labor Day, so that's probably the well, it's probably the busiest weekend.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, basically us Native Hawaiians are fighting for our land, specifically Monua Kea right now. It is a sacred mauna to us, a sacred mountain.
It looks like this.
Yeah, it's kind of like Hawaiian history is where that's where the Kumulipo was born, was created. Basically, like we all came from this mauna. Also, this is where like we would kind of pray up on the mauna and all that stuff. But TMT, which is
30-meter telescope, not the money team. You guys are getting it confused with Mayweather, not the money team.
So they want to build a 18-foot story tall telescope on top of the mauna, but there's already 13 telescopes up there. We don't want our mauna to continue to be desecrated. We want our land to stay as pristine as possible, and there's already 13 telescopes on there, so it's like, why are you putting another one? Also, the waste and the chemicals from this telescope is gonna go into the water aquifers down below, so it's gonna affect everything and all the waters and all that stuff. So it's just so much things on top of things why it's bad, but mainly it's just the main point is we don't want any more desecration going on to the Aina, to the mauna. We want it to stop. We want our rights to be given back to us. I don't know, it feels like a really good time for all of us Hawaiians to come together. It's crazy. When this first started happening back in 2015, my brother was actually one of the ones that was arrested. We held signs up in Hilo back in 2015. We went up to the mauna in 2015, but currently in this, what was it, just last month is when it really got really huge, where it hit the other islands. Now all the other islands are coming together, holding signs, just putting on events for everyone to come together, to be informed, to stay connected with all the current events. Yeah, I encourage you guys to do your research on this subject.
The more you know. And if you never do the Iolani Palace tour, it's pretty mean.
Yes.
I learned a lot of things that I didn't know.
I'm planning on doing kind of like another video on my channel about the Hawaiian history, and also just a little bit more in depth Kukia'i Mauna movement, but that's kind of like a gist of it. Okay, so I don't know if there's anything else to touch up on. We currently still live in the studio of Darren's parents' house. We kind of want to build off of their house, so we don't really want to move out of this area. We really like it.
Bless you. And they might have a target that's like, bless you.
My nose is right.
Are you guys getting this on camera? Booger nose. Do you really have boogers? Oi! Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't know you really had boogers.
I didn't really prepare. I'm not too sure what else to touch bases on. I feel like the video that we made about the pros and cons of Hawai'i Island and our reasoning of why we moved here is still true to this day. Well, 1 year later, I think all the things that we spoke about and touched base on, it still rings true to this day. If you don't know what video I'm talking about, I'll have it linked down below. If not, it is our pros and cons of Hawai'i Island versus Oahu, because we lived on Oahu most of our life, and then we moved to the Big Island and lived there for about like 4 years. Now we moved back on Oahu because we felt like it was a better fit for us and our Ohana.
Yep.
Did I have something on my list still there?
Oh,
Okay, yeah. So I feel like that is it. We don't regret moving back. We love it. And I think that's it, yeah.
life is good. We just living our best life. Oahu is where it's at. That's what's up.
Yeah. Mahalo again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and putty that subscribe button.
Putty that can
Putty.
Mama.
Ew. Yes, I will. So mahalo again for watching. A hui ho.